beautiful, and I'm so lucky to be yours. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. Talking about yourself and you make me smile. I can listen all night long. I tell you about the time when I first met you, listening to a favorite song. Walking on the street when you caught my eye. Something about the way you move. No, there ain't nobody like. There ain't nobody like. So lucky to be yours. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down.
Hey guys, alright, we are all set up at Buccaneer State Park here in Mississippi. We've never stayed here before, but it looks really nice. The sites are nice and big, lots of trees, lots of shade. We don't have neighbors crowding us. Although, speaking of such things, we were kind of concerned when we backed into our site and realized it was a double site. Meaning it would be for two families that are traveling together. We rolled in here, we were assigned site 223, and actually 223 is over here. This is 223 over here. We backed in and we noticed that the site next to us is labeled 222. We thought, oh, that's not good. If they give that site to somebody else, it would be super tight. But as it turns out, in our case, it's treated as one site. So we've got lots of room. I guess in the off season, like we are right now in winter, they would only assign the whole area to one family. Maybe in the summer when it's busy, they would actually put two campers in here. But I think it's perfect. We've got all kinds of room all around the camper. We've got lots of room to spare. No neighbors crowding us. We noticed some hiking trails as we came in, close to the water. No, it's going to be a great spot. We're here for a month, and it should be a good month. Should be a good park. Should be a good time. All right, now that we're all set up, I think we might go for a little drive, explore the area. We did notice some beautiful beaches on our way here. It's always nice to drive around, see what the area looks like surrounding the campground. And from the little bit we saw coming here, it's a gorgeous area for sure. So let's go explore. Alright, so we're just driving along the Gulf Coast here in Mississippi, and it's very reminiscent of Florida. We've got the houses up on the stilts, we've got white sand beaches, and we've got fishing piers. Very cool place to visit. Okay, back at the campground now, and those beaches around here are gorgeous. So we definitely have a beach day coming up, I'm sure, soon. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not sure how cold that water might be in the Gulf. I'm guessing pretty chilly, but hopefully it'll be warm enough we can go out, wade in the water. But the surrounding area here is absolutely gorgeous, and there's nobody on the beach. I couldn't believe it. We might have seen 3 people on the beach. So we're back at the campground, like I say. Time to settle in, have some supper, and then call it a day. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. So we noticed some trails on our campground map, so we need to check it out. Not a lot of trails, but a couple of miles. So we'll see what they're like. Just starting here now. Probably won't be a long hike, but we'll see what there is to see in here. Okay, that's the end of our hike. We covered pretty good distance, even though it was really small footprint. All the zigzagging and the little loops that the trail incorporates. So we worked our way down to the beach. There's a nice beach down here. We're heading back to the camper now to relax, maybe have an adult beverage, call it a day. Good morning, everyone. It's kind of an overcast day, but it's warm. It's about 22, 23 degrees Celsius. We do want to get some more exploring done. There's some cooler, rainy weather on its way. So we thought we'd go today, drive around a bit more, explore a bit more before we're stuck inside the trailer for a couple of days. So we're gonna head out in the truck and just drive around a bit and just see what else this town has to offer. Just spotted this little park here just along the side of the road next to the beach area. We thought we'd stop and take a look. Apparently it's a tribute for the armed forces. So it's a really nice little park overlooking the water and overlooking the beach, some benches and so on. So let's take a closer look. Stop. Let's see what else we can find around town. So right now we're at the Hurricane Katrina Ground Zero Museum. Now, contrary to popular belief, Ground Zero, or where Katrina first made landfall, is actually here in Waveland, Mississippi, and not New Orleans, as a lot of people might think. So we're gonna go check this out. This is where Katrina first made landfall. And so we're going to just check this place out.
It was built as a school, and it was built in 1927, which is exactly why it was the only building that survived on the street.
Exactly.
This is hardwood cypress, and cypress withstands water very well. Because I think this is the most impacted picture, because it shows you how big the storm actually was.
Yep.
It covered the entire Gulf, the Yucatan, Cuba, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. And these outer bands, if this picture was bigger, you could see them hitting Texas. There was a guy in here. The bayous come in.
A bombed on somebody's roof.
Right. Kids are so funny when they see that. They go, how did that go? So the water was that high, and it just dropped it down the top. This is a storm surge comparison. Now, everybody says, but Katrina was a 5. Well, Category 5s are based on wind.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's Camille. That's Katrina. Look at the difference in the size of the surge.
That is crazy.
And look at the fact that they hit in the same place.
Yeah.
Isn't
that
that's
amazing?
Just bizarre. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And I've met quite a few people that did stay, that did ride out the storm. And the dog. The storm threw him out of the upstairs window into the water. He spent some of his time in the tree. He's trying to hold on to his little dog. He saved the dog. He didn't. He saved himself.
Yeah.
And hit into the debris. The debris was over 6 feet tall. He said he was going over the railroad track in the water, and he's 6 feet, and he couldn't reach. And that mural on the wall is taken from a different angle, but it's the same tree. You can see that.
Yeah, that is incredible. Look at that. That is unbelievable. So is this the street?
That's Coleman Avenue.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah. And I think in this picture it's taken. They go into the houses. They have to go into the houses. And so this is the date. They put a date here that a team went in. This is how many personal hazards are inside. This is the team who went in, and this is how many. This is the I think you asked about. Yeah.
Oh,
See, they took the
okay.
words off,
That's crazy.
and this is where it was. Now,
Unbelievable.
in the video that you can view, one of the guys was talking about, and I don't think it made the video, but one of the guys was talking to us about coming back on 603 the day after the storm. He said the water was splashing over, and the debris was all over the road, and they only had one side open. And as they're driving back, they would have to stop, move things out of the road, or saw things up and move them out of the road. But the water, so the water was here, but I think that's where, just where it left the water line.
Yeah.
I think it was probably all the way
Above
over.
that.
And I think this picture is really amazing too, because people told me, because I wasn't here, I didn't get to see a lot of it, but they said there were roofs on the railroad track.
I was
all the way
gonna
down.
say, did that just kind
The
of get
house
picked
would,
up?
well, the house would go like this. I talked to several people that rode through it, and the house would start going like this from the water, and then the house would collapse, and the roof would float on the water. Now, you see that has a hole?
Yeah.
It probably has a hole because somebody was in the attic and they cut a hole.
Broke their way.
Close-knit community with more than its fair share of experience with major storms.
The day before the storm, I was boarding up my little house I had in Lake Shore and helping friends. And so I really didn't watch the weather too much. I knew it was going to be bad from other people, but I didn't know how to. Figured I could ride it out. And to the place where I lived, made it through Camille in 1969. So I just backed down the hatches and stayed. Me and my little dog. I sent my mother to base St. Louis. She was 80 years old. So I put her in the car. She was mad because she had to leave. And the last thing I ever said was, I'll probably never see you again, Mom. You know, just being, you know.
Slidell, great people. They all said the same thing. Get your men, get your equipment, and get out. Go to higher ground. Because you're going to get a 30-foot wall of water. That's what he said.
I lived in a very old house that had survived many hurricanes and was always told that the water never crossed the tracks.
In 1965, to get people in Gentilly. In 1965, I had a 14-foot wooden boat. I went to get my uncle, who was in Gentilly, on the roof. So this is not such an odd occurrence for us down south. It happens quite a bit. But at the same time, not of this catastrophic size. This is the difference in the storm. Katrina was the biggest, baddest flood I ever have seen get through. Camille included. I mean, Camille was the 100-year storm before Katrina. Now we got to deal with it. You know, so that's the new benchmark of hurricane.
The building just started to collapse into this other building right next to it. And as it did, momentum threw me out the back door into the water. And the water was chopping, hot, just steamy hot. And about that time, here comes the lid off the nightstand. I grabbed the lid. I put a little Rocky on the lid, a little black rock. And he's floating looking behind the building. And we get the wind pushing us into the rain on the Coleman Avenue. The wind grabbed that little tray lid and slung Rocky and flipped him over. And I just did grab him in time. Where, before you get to that little bar, I noticed a big wall of debris. And as I'm getting ready to approach that, me and the little dog huddled up and I said, I can't go around it, I can't go over it, I'm getting ready to get slammed into it. So as I did, I said, let me look behind me and make sure there's nothing going to pin me. So
this is looking back on Coleman. Ricky's bar was over there, Dempsey's restaurant on that side. As you can see, there's nothing. And I'm almost to my house, and where it used to be.
Okay, we made it all the way to the railroad tracks. We stood on the track, on the the railroad tracks and couldn't believe what we saw. It was just an ocean field of just things just you wouldn't believe was in there. Boats, trees, houses, people's belongings. So we made our way up, oh yeah, with the flying cars. So
I think I probably was in shock through the hurricane. But in the aftermath of the hurricane, I think the thing that bothered me the most was not the loss of things, but the fact that we were isolated and unable to be with anyone.
You know, they were there, and it wasn't just ones like the power company, but I mean, you could tell when somebody was destined for the Gulf Coast. They were loaded up. They weren't taking stuff out. I mean, those people coming into the area.
It humbles you a lot. And everyone around here was humbled, I think. Nobody cared about wealth or status or anything like that. We were all on the same level, for sure. We were all around.
So we're just leaving the Ground Zero Museum here now. It's quite an eye-opener. And so many stories. Stories not only of death and destruction, but stories of strength and perseverance. So we're heading out to the interstate now. Apparently there's some concrete markers that show where the high water mark was. So we're going to go check that out. We are now at the I-10 off-ramp where they've got concrete markers here. It's quite amazing to think this is a high water mark. You can see it's almost to the top of the overpass. Right behind me up here, you'll see some concrete markers, one on each side of the interstate, showing just how high that water is. We're about 6 miles from the Gulf right now. And I'm sure at its worst that water is actually splashing right over that interstate. That's wild. We're about to look at something that comes with a fascinating story. We have this tree on the waterfront here in Bay St. Louis. And during the peak of Hurricane Katrina, there are actually some people that worked their way to this tree and basically held on tight. They held on for dear life to this tree and actually survived the storm. It's amazing. Now the tree ultimately died. So it was cut down, then set in concrete, and then they had these angels carved into the tree. It's amazing. Up over my head, here's one. I'm not sure how well you can see it. But amazing piece of artwork and incredible story. So I'll get another shot here. Another angel carved on the other side. Try to get it in the shot here. Isn't that amazing? Up over my head here. Not sure how well you can see that. But isn't that incredible? I was blown away by the story. Such an incredible story to go with it. Okay, so it's getting late in the day now. We're about to head back to the RV for supper. So this seems like a good time to end this video. So we'll see you guys next week.